Join me as I share my journey of overcoming emotional damage that almost wrecked my marriage, and I'll reveal the tips that helped me rebuild our relationship. Emotional damage is a silent killer in many relationships, and marriages are no exception. It can creep up on you, slowly eroding the foundation of your love, until one day you wake up and realize that you're struggling to recognize the person you're living with. That's exactly what happened to me, and it's a wake-up call that I'll never forget. When emotional damage takes hold, it can manifest in many ways. You might find yourself constantly arguing with your partner, feeling unheard, unseen, and unloved. The smallest things can trigger massive fights, and you start to wonder if you're just not compatible anymore. Maybe you're walking on eggshells, never knowing when the next explosion will occur. Or perhaps you're feeling like you're in a constant state of emotional withdrawal, like you're just going through the motions of a relationship without any real connection. These signs might seem insignificant at first, but they're actually red flags that something is seriously wrong. Emotional damage can make you feel like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of resentment, hurt, and anger. You start to question whether you're even in love anymore, or if you're just holding on to the past. It's a lonely, scary place to be, and it takes a lot of courage to admit that you need help. As I look back on my own journey, I realized that emotional damage was slowly suffocating my marriage. We were stuck in this toxic pattern of blame, resentment, and hurt, and I didn't know how to break free. It was like we were trapped in a never-ending nightmare, and I felt powerless to change it. But then something shifted. I started to confront my own emotional baggage, and I began to see the damage it was causing in my relationship. I realized that I wasn't alone in my pain, and that my partner was struggling just as much as I was. I started to listen to his perspective, to really hear him, and to understand his fears and insecurities. And slowly but surely we began to heal. There was one moment that changed everything for me. I remember it vividly. It was a typical Tuesday evening, and we were arguing about something stupid, but in the midst of the argument, I saw the fear in my partner's eyes, the fear of not being good enough, of not being loved. And in that moment I realized that we were fighting the same battle. We were both scared, both hurt, both desperate to be seen and heard. And in that moment I chose to stop fighting, to stop blaming, and to start listening. That was the turning point for us. It wasn't easy and it wasn't quick. But we started to work together, to communicate, to support each other, and to heal together. We started to rebuild our relationship brick by brick, and it was a beautiful thing to see. So what can you take away from my story? Firstly, communication is key. It's not about avoiding conflicts, but about learning to navigate them in a healthy way. Secondly, emotional support is crucial. You need to create a safe space for your partner to open up, to be vulnerable, and to be heard. And finally, healing takes time, effort, and patience. It's not a quick fix, but it's worth it in the end. I hope that my story has resonated with you, and that you've taken away some valuable insights into the importance of addressing emotional damage in your relationship. If you have any personal experiences or stories you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. And if you'd like to stay updated on more relationship tips and advice, be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.